Donphan EX is just good. With 160 HP, Gigantic Press will deal 50 damage for 1 energy. If you manage to build up 3 energy on Donphan or more, his attack will deal 110 damage instead. This Pokemon is like if Exeggutor and Machamp EX had a baby. We are not gonna dive deeper into the visual aspects of this analogy, but think about this. With 1 energy, Donphan is extremely similar to Exeggutor, except the grass type will lead to slightly more damage output on average. Once you reach 3 energy, you have a slightly less bulky version of Machamp that hits for 10 damage less. These two Pokemon may outclass Donphan by a slight margin, yet Donphan is able to play both roles. It's as if we get to combine these two cards into one, and that makes Donphan pretty damn good, because we have both a fast tank in the early game and a sweeper towards the end. A card of this nature can fit into quite a few different shells. Here's mine. Today's deck is a fighting type zoo list full of fast attackers backed up by Lucario. The reason why I took this approach is because I not only wanted to try out Donphan, I also wanted to give the new supporter a shot. Hiker is everything Pokedex wishes to be. For each fighting type Pokemon we have in play, we get to look at the same amount of cards from the top of our deck and put them back in any order. This sort of effect is actually very useful in a game like Pokemon Pocket. Hiker may not provide us with card draw. In fact, technically it's a play that will lose us card advantage, but having the ability to ensure we draw Lucario or Donphan exactly when we need them often means everything in a match. With Lucario-centered decks, being able to evolve Lucario early allows us to apply pressure very quickly, especially with a lineup full of Pokemon that can all attack with just 1 energy. Speaking of our lineup, we run a total of 6 basics, and this is 100% because of Hiker. In order to get proper value out of this card, we need to have at the very least 3 Pokemon on the board for it to be worth it. If we only run something like 4 basics, this just won't happen often. Sudowoodo gives us more ways to apply damage quickly to powerful EX threats, while the new Hitmontop allows us to spread out damage across 2 different targets, providing us with phenomenal synergy with Cyrus. Donphan EX is a great card that can be built around in many different ways. Work to fill up your board. Go on hike, prioritize your key pieces, and smash all. What Pokemon should have been on the ground next? You decide. Leave a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We post Pokemon Pokédex here daily. Have a solid day, enjoy the games, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. Let's play some Donphan. We see fire, and we got the Hitmontop lead with a hand that's pretty promising. We got Pokeball into Professor's Research, which is always great. Leaf can allow us to pivot around, and Cyrus for the end game. No Hikers. But all in all, I kind of wish this was Hitmonlee instead of Hitmontop, because the rough skin is gonna affect us. But I think it's still ultimately worth it. Combining Ho-Oh with Druddigon, because you can actually turbo onto Druddigon. We can definitely expect them to play, I was gonna say Leaf, but Farfetch is kind of weird. Farfetch is a bit of a strange addition here. I like that Sudowoodo. I'm gonna Professor's Research before I Pokeball. I don't want to thin my deck out of basics just yet. And I'm gonna Piercing Spin. Trying to put the Ho-Oh at range, as now we're gonna focus on building up energy onto Phanpy. We have double Hiker in the deck with 3 Pokemon on board. And while this Ruskin from Druddigon is annoying, we still have a few hits left in us. And Hitmontop really gonna make our Cyrus a lot better later down the line. Okay, here we go. What do we get? We get Hiker. This is exactly the kind of card we want to have here, because we have 3 fighting types on the... Okay, so we want Riolu. We want to be drawing Riolu next turn. Then we want to be drawing Hiker, because we already have a Lucario in hand, and we're going to place Lucario after, yeah. Start building up energy onto Fanfi. And go for the piercing spin again. We really want to target that Ho-Oh, because that is the Pokemon that we have to take down. If we take that down, then we can use Cyrus onto Druddigon, for example. Rayquaza, okay. That is dangerous. Are they gonna shuffle my deck? Oh my god, that's so stupid. Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, Penny just completely... Well, I mean, that's kind of better. Probably gonna want to bring that in next turn and attack us. And then once we do, we want to Cyrus you. So no matter what, we just gotta make sure that Ho-Oh is at range. We can Guzma that away. And then my Donphan is thick enough to survive a Rayquaza Draco Meteor unless all 4 hits go to Donphan. We should be fine. We don't even need to Guzma here because our Gigantic Press is still enough to deal with that. The game plan here is simple though. And it is to knock this out and then finish off the Druddigon after. I want to play Guzma just because I don't want to be as vulnerable to like a red card. Just getting 1 card out of the deck to enhance my chances of redrawing Cyrus if I need it. Because that's the way I see myself losing this. It's either that or this Draco Meteor just only hits my Donphan. That's how I lose at this point. Them attacking my hand somehow, and me not drawing Cyrus. Or this Draco Meteor just fully targeting my Donphan. Okay. The other way around almost. Easy. Never doubted. Not once. Not once did I doubt here. Get your ass over here. Rough skin this. Outta here. And that's why when I designed my Ho-Oh deck, I took the Moltres route. Because when you play non-EX Pokemon, they're generally like less bulky than EX basics. And the problem with Ho-Oh combining with stuff like the baby Pokemon or non-EX Pokemon is that they're easier to kill. And thus, like, Ho-Oh does not really sweep anything on its own. It's relying on something in the back. So a lot of times, like, Ho-Oh is vulnerable to retaliation. But if you already get a point on the non-EX Pokemon, then it becomes easy to score the 3 points on them. We did not have to defeat Rayquaza that game. We just had to take down the Ho-Oh and finish off their non-EX. The Farfetch is just a weird inclusion overall, honestly. Like, I don't really know where that was coming from. But, you know, Druddigon on paper makes sense, but that's my personal issue with that kind of approach. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Round 2. What do we got now? Don't mind if I do. Darkness. Okay, we may be able to hit them super effectively, depending on what they are. If that's a Zubat lead, I was gonna say, like, I would knock it out in 1 hit. We have Guzma to destroy Poison Barbs. I don't even think we have to attack with Fanfi immediately, though getting the damage on Nihilego could be really important. But taking 10 damage could matter in the long run. There's the Darkrai. There it is, okay. So far we see Nihilego, we see Darkrai. I don't think it's a stretch to think that we're facing the new Crobat. People are really into that right now. We're gonna go for the research and see what we find here. We find Sudowoodo and Riolu. Love to see it. You love to see it. That enables our hiker to do great things. We place the energy onto Phanpy. Like I said, I don't really think it's important for us to, because I one-shot this anyways. I one-shot this anyways, and I really, really value the HP on my Phanpy. I have Guzma to deny. Like, that extra 10 HP could go a long way. Okay, so no more is happening. Back-to-back research here. We just don't get the one-hit KO on this, no matter what, so... I don't need to charge recklessly when my attack from Donphan will one-hit kill the Nihilego. And now we have the ability to Guzma them, which we will prioritize over Hiker, I think. And with a super effective hit, we get Nihilego out of the way. Give me that Cyrus in hand, because we just gotta hit this Darkrai once, and then it won't be able to run away. As now this Hiker can just completely dictate my draws. I think Hiker is a very strong card, actually, in the right build, because you do need a certain, you know, Pokemon density, right? Okay, so they silver us. Get rid of the Cyrus, but we have Hiker to try to find it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we have double Hiker. We go for it. We got 4 fighting types. Okay, so no matter what, we want to draw into this. Pick you up. And you, and leave you for after. We go for the third energy, and we press the hell out of them. Full power. And they give up. Math. Okay. Even if they kill Donphan there, you know, we have Sudowoodo to retaliate. We have another Donphan because we know what we're going to draw. But this game really showcases how strong Hiker can be. Because it just aligns our draws, and it's not drawing us directly, but if we get to look at the top 3 or 4 cards of our deck and get exactly what we need at the very top, especially with cards like Professor's Research, like we can align everything so that we draw really, really well. And it's definitely a very, very nice card, but you have to have a good amount. That's why we have 6 basics in this deck. Because if you're on something like 4 basics, then it's just not a good card. Because you need to be able to get the maximum value with it. And this game, I think, highlighted a little bit. Our opponent just kind of like gave up. I don't know. But, you know, I'll take it. Round 3. And now we go first, which means a Phanpy lead would be very neat. Riolu, not as neat. I mean, it's a good hand, but going first, you know, being able to start attacking immediately with that Donphan is a very good thing here. We're going to go for Dull Pokeball before we research. As we already have 3 basics, so we want to find some supporters as well. Okay, double Donphan. It would be nice to find the ideal draw here would be Leaf. Leaf would be the ideal draw. Because we could pivot the Riolu into Fanfi, evolve it to Donphan, and start striking immediately. But instead, they do this. Okay. That's, alright, let's go for the Hiker. We have 3 fighting types on the board, and we can dictate our draws. Okay, so... setting up double Donphan is nice. What do we need to prioritize here? Like, getting another Donphan, then picking up the Hiker, and then after that, the Riolu. Given that we have double Donphan in hand. Seems like the way to go. I'm going to evolve into you immediately. And quite simply, jab. Okay, so they're playing Moltres. Interesting. We have Cyrus, so damaging this Charmander is very important. As they bring in that, so we need to find a way to get rid of this. To get rid of this, of this Moltres. Okay, slow start for them. We get a big hit here, so Lucario is going to be key. We play another Fanfi. We pivot. Onto you, and we headbutt you. Because no matter what, their Charizard cannot... okay, they have Pokemon Center Lady. That's a little bit annoying. Let's see how much they get. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's a huge roll. That allows them to back-to-back... So if they bring that Charizard in, they're able to Crimson Storm three turns in a row. And because of that Pokemon Center Lady, we won't be able to... So that kind of means that we have to use Cyrus to kill the Charmander and then retaliate. There's just no way we have to do this. Like, if they have gotten, like, one less... One less, whoa. I'm gonna give them the Fanfi. Oh my god, they choked. They actually choked. Holy, that was a huge choke. Gargantuan choke. Yeah, no, that changes everything. Wow. They have 6 energy. They could just pivot the Moltres, bring in Charizard, and they get to Crimson Storm 3 times in a row. 6 energy, dropping down to 4, put the 5th, 3, 4. They can Crimson Storm 3 times in a row. So them staying with Moltres is insane here. Oh man, they threw. Like the moment they flipped 3 heads that turn onto Charizard, I thought it was done. But they made a crucial. Oh, Garen missed. Oh no. Oh, the throw, and I welcome it. I'm not gonna complain. Get pressed. Punished. Hard punish. Get Donphan. Oh. Genetic Apex Charizard is still like, I don't think it ever stopped being good. The fact that it deals 200 damage, like there is nothing that can tank it. Maybe there's a Pokemon that I'm not thinking of that can actually resist. I mean, there are some situations where you could potentially survive an attack from it if you combine certain cards together. But there are like very, very fringe scenarios. Like the vast majority of Pokemon just get one-shotted by it. So if you're able to develop 6 energy onto it, you can Crimson Storm 3 turns in a row. And you're just literally unstoppable at that point. Like it's still like the highest ceiling kind of strategy. What really Donphan's HP becomes really relevant against the other Charizard, against Charizard EX, the one that does Steam Artillery, because you're dealing 150 damage, so you're able to survive those hits with 10 HP, and that actually matters a lot. But when I saw that Charizard, I'm like, man, if they build it up enough, like Sudowoodo would have to be in the back. I would have to be in a situation where I can bring in Sudowoodo, deal 70 damage to Charizard, drop it to 110, and then bring in Donphan and finish that up. But something like a Pokemon Center Lady just undoes that. So easier said than done. But if your opponent's misplay, then it's all good, baby. Thank you. Electric. I'm not sure why, but I feel pretty good about this matchup. They have Oricorio probably, which Donphan does not kill or touch. But we have a bunch of other Pokemon that can do just that. And I love looking at this Zeraora and being like, I'm going to hit you super effectively. And there's nothing you can do about it. Vikavolt. We're facing Vikavolt, ladies and gentlemen. The plot thickens. Let's see if we can set up a nice hike. Just got to draw some basics. There's one. I'm going to research before I Pokeball because I need basics more than anything right now. I already have the evolutions, so I don't want to thin my deck out of them. And I got double Pokeball. Beautiful. There's the Phanpy. How about the Riolu? Come on, show me that Riolu. Oh, it's okay. No, it's still a Pokemon. And you love to see that Hitmontop lead. Go for the piercing spin, hitting them super effectively. I can't pivot. Like this Zeraora will actually win the race here. Though we could potentially Cyrus to damage it, but is there a point in doing that? Okay, we get red carded. That's always annoying. We get Riolu, we get... I mean, now we... Okay, this is actually better. This is actually much better. Because now we drop the Riolu and we can hike her and just have full control over our incoming draws. We can place that Professor's Research up there. So they're going to get the kill next turn, freeing up a space for that. Professor's Research is what we don't really feel the need to leave, because they're just going to kill this anyways. So we Professor's Research, we find the Riolu to set that up, and the Rocky Helmet, because we're not going to be able to play a supporter that same turn, and then we leave Leaf for the top deck after. It's evolve into Donphan, so if they want a red card to deny my draws, then I already evolved anyways. Let's start building up energy onto it. And go for another spin. Interesting. They must have the item, or Don. I would play the item. They actually do play red card. That is hilarious. Yeah, that just helps me. Because now we have Lucario. I'm sorry, that was ridiculous. Like, I know you want to stop my draws and stuff, but that was absurd what you just did. Sudowoodo survives a hit from you. So why not leave Donphan for last? Play that research. We got that leaf as well. Double trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah. Hit them for that 60, and we're gonna turn that into 80 real soon. As we can focus on building up Donphan. And Sudowoodo tanking through and through. Let's go on hike. I want that Cyrus. And the Guzma will help me end the game. I just have to be wary of like not getting trapped with like a Sabrina. We have Leaf for that, and our Lucario can survive their hits. So we just straightforward just run right through them. Tree Smash with that 80 HP surviving the Vikavolt attack. Maybe drawing Guzma would have been better, like putting Guzma first and then Cyrus. Just good old-fashioned fighting on electric beatdown. That red card to deny me the draws that I planned was funny, but it's just never correct because they just gave me 2 cards. Like, it's very unlikely that I'm gonna end up in a worse situation than before when you do that, because you're giving me card advantage. So yeah, though that's not a good red card. All right. Love going second. We got a Sudowoodo fighting on fighting. Interesting. I wonder what we'll see here. We have Hiker. We have a Pokeball. We would like to find that third basic. Oh, it's Elephant on Elephant. Made the biggest trunk win. Oh, that's so boring. Just red Bardos. That's so unbelievably boring. We're gonna find that Phanpy there. Very nice. Drop you here, play the Hitmontop, and go on hike. See what we find here. Well, it's pretty clear. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. They find the Rampardos immediately. Do they also have the Leaf? No, they have a Lyra. Okay, so they had their entire setup ready to go. Okay. Let's go for the card draw. Let's pick up that Riolu. Nice. And now we kind of want to be in a position where, like, we need to race their own Donphan. Perhaps I should have put the energy on Hitmontop to weaken their Donphan. Good top deck there. They actually don't attack here. They do not attack here, which is really interesting. Because they want to have their Donphan ready, but I think this is a mistake. I need to find Lucario. There's no other way around this. Like, I need to find Lucario here. So, what is my best odds of doing that? I think going for the Hiker gives me more of a chance of finding it within the next few turns. Okay. So it's right there. So now we place the energy onto you. And we weaken you. If they have Sabrina, we lose anyways. So our game plan is simple. Like, we've weakened the Donphan in the back enough for our Lucario boosted Gigantiprex to kill it. But they sent this guy in for the front lines, and that means the Sabrina is likely to happen. Nope. I'm gonna teach you some math, boy. Oh no, I had to teach them nothing. That was a rough start. And I know this comes off as elitist, but that is just like, that is the most boring thing to do. Oh, I'm gonna play Donphan with Rampardos. It's like, bro, just like, there's a bunch of other cards with it fighting. Do something else, for crying out loud. But yeah, we beat the Rampardos variant, and they had a crazy start. Like, they found the evolution for like the rare candy Rampardos and the Donphan, like all the pieces immediately, like effortlessly. But thankfully, that's where the luck ended, you know, because they didn't find that game-winning Sabrina play right there. I was expecting them to bring in the Fanfi to buy them some time to find a way to heal their Donphan or weaken my Donphan so that their Donphan could one-shot me. But I had Cyrus in hand to bring it out. So getting the kill there with getting the hit, I think that's what I should have gone for from the beginning. I think I also made a misplay of like not putting the energy initially on the Hitmontop. But I guess they saw, you know, they read that as me being able to enable Donphan before them. And they were kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna slow this down. I'm not gonna let my Rampardos get killed just yet. Because my Hitmontop gets trapped in the front with a 2 retreat cost, so I can't just like pivot effortlessly with it. So I'm kind of rambling here, but it was an interesting game in that sense, and I do think that ultimately both of us misplayed at one point, and then the cooler version won. All right, final boss. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, yeah, I don't mind that. Electric again. Not back to back, but twice. Oh, oh wait, no, I don't kill you. Oh no, that maniacal laugh was for nothing. These babies, for some reason, don't have a weakness, so I actually don't one-shot it. Well, fuck. Maybe it's time to bring back, you know, some OGs. Okay, Oricorio, we can handle that. Tapu Koko, all right. I'm gonna make this Pichu become a liability. Once I knock out Tapu Koko, all I have to do is finish it off. They're gonna be able to accelerate with it, but I'm gonna turn that against them. At least that's the plan. They can't like actually Mach Bolt. It's kind of Pichu with Tapu Koko seems a little bit redundant, to be honest. They place it on that. Interesting. I'm gonna go for a much needed research because I need to find some basics, and at least I find one. Okay, that's good. Who will it be? Riolu. Neat. Okay, let's go with you. Who are we hitting? We're actually hitting Oricorio so we can one-shot it after. Like, if this asshole wants to come in, this stupid bird wants to harm me, then I'll harm it back. Pikachu EX. Now that makes more sense. We get red carded, which is to be expected. Like, we had a very built-up hand. Let's see if we can salvage this. I mean, you know. I have Guzma, which means I can get rid of Pichu immediately. But I can use the Guzma to surprise them later. Like, I can Guzma to surprise when, you know, to make them feel more comfortable leaving this Tapu Koko in the front. I want this Tapu Koko to stay here. Now, I could bring in Donphan, but that means they can pivot into Oricorio, so we're going to resort to Sudowoodo instead. See if we can find Cyrus. Dropping another Fanfy here, going for you. Just making them feel safe, making them feel like, okay, you know what? I can accept this Tapu Koko going down. Like, I'm gonna give it like an electrical cord, right? And I'm gonna pass over to Pikachu. I'm gonna do some crazy stuff. I want them to accept Tapu Koko's demise. Exactly. And now we we get 3 points in one turn. That's a rare thing to do. But oh boy, we're doing it. Goodbye, Pichu. That's the sound it makes when it dies. Oh yeah. Clean that. I mean, it's an electric type matchup. Like, it should be pretty favorable, right? Like, but I think that was a sexy kill nonetheless. MVP. Shoutouts to Hitmontop. Pretty cool unit. And really fun deck. You know, we, instead of just going 2 Lucario, 2 Fanfys into Donphans, we incorporate Hitmontop and Sudowoodo. Gives us some more tools to use in different scenarios, and plays really well alongside our full set of Hiker. With Hiker, we can dictate the draws. We can find, this way we can more consistently find our Lucario pieces to be able to enhance our attacks. And then Cyrus and Guzma and Leaf, you know, to give us with the ability to pivot. I would like to have more copies of Leaf, potentially even like a second Cyrus, stuff like that, but we're just kind of like lacking space, and I deemed Rocky Helmet to be a very useful tool because sometimes we need a little bit of extra damage. But shoutouts to Hitmontop. Shoutouts to Hitmontop. Really, really good unit. I think it's just, And it's well balanced though, because it's not strictly better than something like Hitmonlee because it does have a retreat cost of 2. And against Pokemon like Druddigon, it's just not as good. Hitmonlee is better at really sniping down those Pokemon in the bench. Can actually one-shot the babies, which can potentially be matter. But yeah, really, really fun stuff. Tomorrow I'm going to bring you guys a spicy Tyranitar cooked, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you want to see daily Pokemon Pocket content, because we're going to be doing that all through August. And we're looking to do some really exciting stuff on Twitch as well. Going to be doing my first ever hardcore Nuzlocke. Going to be working on that. So love you. Have us all day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.